Hi guys, so the reading, I've just done the reading about the meeting between Wray, Rosenstein, and Trump. And I realized today, because this came up, I've always like, oh, maybe I should do a reading on Wray. But this is the time. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm doing a reading on what's up with Christopher Wray. What side is he on? What's the story here? Because at the time of his confirmation, I remember that he was like, he's worked in a lot of cases in his private law practice that involved a lot of the players in this Russian investigation, like Deutsche Bank and all these, some Russians. I don't know exactly. Okay, I don't know anything in the top of my head, but that's it. Okay, so let's look into him. I'm gonna try to keep this reading less than 25 minutes. Okay, but it would be interesting to understand the context, what his position is now, okay, and what's going to happen to him later. I think I have a sort of a good feeling about him, but I could be wrong. But let's see what the cards say, and then I'll close my eyes and figure out more too. But it's one of those instances where I don't really have a lot of information, so it would be nice to get more information from the cards and then to do the visions to confirm or deny. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so tell us about Christopher Wray. What's the deal? What's going on with him? Who he is? Yeah, what's up with Christopher Wray? Who is he? And what side is he on? Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Interesting. The sun discovering something upside down. Financial stuff. Okay. New energy. New beginning. Focus and victory. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Hillary. I see this as Hillary. Okay. Can't sleep. Change. Strength upside down. Okay. Interesting. This is like victory, breakthrough, clarity. I feel like he made feel like he didn't get quite the breakthrough he wanted. Okay, let's see. Find out more. Because the tarot usually is relatively sort of like more, I see it more, at least in how I do these readings, as indicators of emotion. So it's possible that this is how he feels, or that there's like, because I feel like he seems to be re-energized. There's something here where something financial. He's a little bit worried about maybe taking this job. It seems like whatever he has discovered in a way has changed his position on many things. But it looks like interesting that there may be some challenges for him in the future. Not terrible, but it's like the strength upside down, like he's in a weak position. Or maybe there's something, I don't know. We'll see what comes up, okay? Because I wonder if something about his past may be revealed. You know, as I've seen before, it looks like a lot of these people involved in the Russian investigation, they are like, I have a feeling I could be wrong. Over time, everybody's ties will be revealed. Democrats, Republicans, whatever, service providers, whoever, okay? So this is what I wonder, you know, if eventually there's something may come up. We'll see. We'll see. The cards really here are not conclusive enough. And this is why I've said, guys, sometimes people are like, have you seen so-and-so's readings? I rarely watch tarot, like, alone, okay? Because I feel like it's very open-ended. And sometimes if I look at someone's reading and I disagree, if I feel like they're totally pushing the card in a direction that's completely not what it means, I just, like, I can't watch it because I feel like I like cards that are kind of like they say things that are specific. Anyway, so this interesting something about the election. Oh, this would make sense why Hillary hit something public. Oh, or internet actually. The tree, this is the Trump's family or the right-wing Christians or whatever. Oh, guilt. Interesting. So interesting, okay? Look, cut. Yeah. Okay. News. Ending, okay. Something permanent. A deal. Okay, so okay, now let's see. Here, this is literally, guys, news either about become well the news itself it becomes public, but this would be probably some sort of like social media thing comes to an ending, or this is society. Okay, when the news becomes public, it affects society and it brings an ending, and it's news about the entire crew related who has worked together for a long time, the crew, the family of people who worked on the election and are guilty. The end comes because of the guilt and the deal. The long term deal is cut. The cut of the deal, the cut of a, and it could also be, guys, that this many of us, we'll see. Anyway, oh, interesting. Here's a false person. Okay, so it could be that he is cut because the cards in the future don't look so good, but we'll see. Okay, false person, foreign influence, high honors. Okay. Oh wow, prison. Oh look, it's Trump. The false person, I think, is Trump here. Cutting Trump. Marriage card. Main person could be Russia stuff. One more. Yeah, oh no, this is also the sexual payment stuff. Okay, actually. Meetings, okay. Main person, there he is. Let's see, gaining a lot of money. Okay. One more, happiness, okay. Okay, guys, it's interesting because the false person is on top here, but honestly, I have a feeling it's not him. I think there's a lot of focus here, actually, when I look at the cards, that he seems to have, this confirms the reading I had just done, that he has, it looks like, enough information, or he has so much evidence that could end a lot of people. And he's like very focused on making it happen. And in a way, I wonder if like, it's unclear to me why he would be kind of upset, or if he's part of it. But I feel like maybe he may have made some sort of deal or promise that he wouldn't touch this, but he clearly would break it in this case. Okay, let's see here. Look, Orionione, some sort of deal that was like, okay, oh, shady things with women, or early on friend. Okay, this is vanity, ego. The promise didn't come through, something not coming through. This is sad disgrace happening. Okay, the uncovering of people who are guilty, uncovering of enemies, prize not. I feel, guys, actually, this is very interesting. What I'm getting, I feel like, as I'm looking at the cards, I feel like, okay, hold on. I'm going to look at the screen and talk to you before I show you these cards in more detail. Essentially, guys, what I'm getting here strongly is the sense of, like, there's something about him, like, where he was, I don't know what he did before these law firms. I feel like, yes, they knew a lot about the Russian stuff and, like, facilitated a lot of businesses for them. But this happening to him somehow gave him a sense of destiny and a sense of, like, suddenly really focused him, and like he's prepared to take the risk of losing the connections that he has to his business. Like, he doesn't really care, like he doesn't need the money necessarily, so he has plenty of money already. So I think, and I see, guys, actually he playing a much bigger role now going forward, because I feel like I feel like so Rosenstein is like, he's like the CEO, let's say, of the investigation, right? He manages like Mueller's investigation. He knows what the FBI is doing in terms of this. But once everything starts coming out, once there's all these indictments, once he's going to become very well known. Okay, once it's like, I have a sense, guys, his time on stage hasn't even started. Okay, he's going to be playing a much bigger role in all of this. And I think it's like he's kind of like, his hesitance happened when he knew what he was like. And I feel like there's a sense of here, like there is a little bit of a conflict of interest in a way there was. But I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think that I think he's on our side, and I think that's what I think. Now let me discuss then the cards. Okay, this is like I said, I have the storms because especially the future. It's like he exposes who what's illegal, the prize that they wanted, which is never came to pass, and then who is the enemy. So it's like he lifts the veil on a lot of people, and he coordinates all of the wow, what is it called? The raids, right? So because you need the FBI agents, and they need to be coordinated through him. So he knows all of this. All the tactical stuff happens through him, right? Mueller is like the idea and like the plan, and like the soldiers are the FBI agents. So he is a tactical general person, right? In the sense, I don't know anything about military strategy, but sort of like that's what it would be like. The person who coordinates. Mueller thinks of how to go about doing it, and he makes sure that like whatever needs to be coordinated on a practical level is done. Okay, so now let's look at here the cards. Okay, here this is like he's losing something. He's upset because he knows there's going to be a lot of losses. He feels the heaviness of his role. This is stuff that happened early on. There's shade. There's also problems with women. And this is disgrazia. So obviously this is a worse card than Sibylla. So I think he's observing that the stuff related to Trump, and it's almost like, guys, the stuff I've talked about, everybody talks about the women and Trump, that there's something dark here. It could be that he has seen it and he knows how bad it is. Okay, and maybe that upsets him so much. And the stuff shady stuff with women, plus this is the meeting where the shady, could be the Trump Tower meeting. This shady meetings where the things were talked about, and the big prize that was promised to Trump, right? But it's like this, so it never really came to fruition. And then you have here, he's sad because he is the friend, he's the good person in a way that's going to expose the theft. Okay, and here is like there's a disgrace to the vanity person. This could be Trumpish character, and he's going to be exposed as an enemy. Okay, so that's that. Now let's look at, I think this reading is actually quite important. This part is important. I'm going to try to be fast because like I said, we have at 12:33 now. So, and I still want to close my eyes. So, but I think it's important here just telling the story, like position. This is position 1, can't sleep. News about a deal. Like that's going to create losses. Melancholia is like depression, but it's also like foretelling losses. Okay, I think. In a way, loss of job, loss of something. There's going to be a change in status. He knows that when all the stuff, the deal becomes public, there's going to be a lot of loss to people that he knows, okay? And then we have here money, some financial issue becoming public, related to a foreign government, and related to women. I think here, this is either from way back in the day, early on, or, and I think more likely is that shady stuff related to women, or payments of the women related to women. Okay, and like I said, just because this card is right below this position 3, I feel like he may have seen whatever information that we're all speculating on in terms of Trump. I think he's seen it because this is the disgrazia episode. He's like, hell's gonna break loose because this is the image of this. Upside down is even worse. And then Sibylla upside down is usually quite worse. Tarot is not, but Sibylla is. Okay, so this is like even worse. And look at this. So there's changes. He knows changes are gonna happen. There could be an ending related to women and or Russia stuff. Look at this, and this is a card of living room. This could mean 2 things. This means sexual intimacy. It also means interpersonal communications, secret communications. And this is the ending that all of this stuff causes, okay? The stuff that I have said here up to now, I feel like he's seen it. And this is, like I said, it was true in the other reading, that he knows all the evidence, and he knows this is an end. Trump is done from his perspective. It's only a matter of time. Okay, this is position 4 on top of him, right? Ace of Wands, new energy. This is the family, investigating the organization, guys. Oh, guys, this is Riker, right? What is this card? The family, the org, the organization. So he is looking at the whole organization and people in power, possibly the king there, right? Even though he was anointed by the king, he is investigating him. And he's a friend. Okay, I think this is a card of the friend. And then we have the center, we have some, interesting because this is a card of like, oh, look, there's light. But upside down, I feel like the light brings up things that are dark still. It's like it's not such a happy occasion to bring up these things. It's almost like he had to grow up fast when he realizes these things. This card like this reminds me, I don't know if you've had this experience in your personal life, like when you were dating somebody and you're like, oh my God, I realized like I had this boyfriend one time, a long time ago. I was a teenager still. And I realized I saw something he had written about some girl, and I was so sad. I said, like, you discover something that news isn't good. It breaks your heart in some way, and I think that could be it. Something about the election and a false person in the election, like a man who was a fake candidate, okay, and he knows about the meetings or meeting where everything was discussed, and there was like the agreements. He knows about it, okay. And then below we have focus. He's very focused on his task because he knows he has, like I said, he already has all the evidence that they're guilty, and this is going to lead to prison. And all the people that are like, oh, looking pretty and have an image, they're the guilty ones, like the people that have power now and stuff. Okay. Then we have this is the future. That's position 789. Weak, like not as strong as you would have wanted. Permanence, a long time. Meetings that expose the theft or the thieves. Okay. I almost wonder, guys, if like the fact that he exposes all these people might put him in a vulnerable position. I don't know if this is what it's saying, but we'll see. This Queen of Cups upside down always reminds me of Hillary. Cutting something related to Hillary. Trump, right? This is like this scythe, I think, is cutting Trump. And the prize that I think Trump wanted is not coming. I don't think it's related to him here. Okay, in the sense that this is him. I feel like it's like we're seeing things from his perspective. Okay. So he's able to stop the robbery kind of like in the middle of what's happening. This is a card of like almost like this is victory but upside down. Like almost like I feel like and also feel like the victory for him will be bittersweet, or there's something about what he accomplished that undoes something he has done in the past. A deal with the man here, makes a lot of money, brings wealth. He uncovers the enemy. Okay, so I feel like now I can close. It's at 17 minutes. Okay, now I'm gonna close my eyes. Okay, I feel like I said, I think he's about to enter the stage. Okay, once the whole thing blows up, he's gonna enter the stage and be talking to Mueller more and coordinating the public face of all of this. Because I feel like once this becomes public and the trials start and everything, once Jared, everybody's like, there's going to be a lot of stuff like all the time, press interviews like every day by the FBI and like Rosenstein and everything. So they're going to become much more public, okay, in the future. So let me close my eyes. Okay. So what's going on? Universe with Chris Wray. I feel like when he was tapped to take this job, he was a little bit feeling a little lost. Like he didn't know. He was like, hey, I made this money. I kind of fell into this. It's a little shady, whatever. And I feel this whole thing refocused him. And even though he said, he's like, yeah, sure. He knows how to handle this. I feel like this made him feel like he's part of something bigger. Like he really connects with his job now. And I think he actually may have law enforcement in his family. He may come from like his family may be like police officers or something. I don't know, but something I'm getting here. I don't know. So, okay, so then, okay, what happens? Yeah, I think something changed like about him when he started getting all the information about all this stuff. It's very shocking, and and guys, I'm watching him. I am watching him watching tapes. He's like, seriously, guys? He's like, so funny. I feel like he's in a room. I don't know if he's watching from a computer or like a closed kind of a movie thing where they have to watch it. And I think he's literally got a sick bag. I don't know if he vomited, but he's so sickened. He's so like disgusted. He's like, like he's so like, he's like, it literally made him like his stomach, like it made him sick kind of thing. He's like, oh my God. And then this on top of like all the money stuff, like years and years and years. Okay. And I think he's good. I don't know if he's good at math or like it doesn't bore him to go through all the files and all the bank statements, all those things from different countries and Russian and everything. And like the transcripts of like all over time of all these people. It's like there's like hundreds of people involved in all the different cases, who they are, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then, and he knows, like, he knows that in 2 or 3 months, I think he's going to be like, he's going to explode. So he's almost like preparing himself mentally for this. And I think a lot of people that, and I see guys actually from the perspective of the people who are going to be arrested or indicted, they're like, oh, there he is. Like, but we were close. How could he do? A lot of people will feel like he has betrayed them. Okay. But I feel like he's saying like, he's like, well, guess what, dudes? It's a game of survival. Okay. Maybe I was close to you, but I want to survive. This was a great opportunity. That if I did the right thing, my life could really turn around and find a meaning that I didn't think I had before, I found before. So this is what I get about him. Okay, I'm trying to think. Is the thief him, or is he related to this? I feel like yes, but I think they're saying like everything in terms of him is out in the open because he's worked with all these firms. Everybody knows it. Okay, so it's not like, it is a little shady, but I feel like I said, ultimately it's past. Okay. And I think he may, I think he already quit the firm or something. But I feel like, yes, maybe for the Russians who are dealing with this firm or whatever, they may take their business elsewhere. But I feel like there will be laws that will prevent most of the clients from doing business. Oh, anyway, so so it's just like, it's going to change his life in a way. And I feel like in a way, I feel like from his perspective, I don't know if he's Irish or he's Catholic. I feel like he prays a lot. Like, he feels like God gave him an opportunity to, like, he was saved or something. Like, he really feels like he found his purpose and that he's so thankful for this. Okay. And he's like kind of playing along. Like, I feel like he's a lawyer. Like, he's used to like dealing with difficult conversations or whatever. He's not, it's like, not, it doesn't scare him. The thing with Trump. Okay. So he's like playing along or whatever. So I feel like, but he knows, almost like, I feel like he knows more than Rosenstein. Okay. Because like I said, there's a part of it that's like a practical reality. He deals with a lot of practical issues. So I feel like he knows even more. So that's that, guys. Okay. And I feel like, yeah, I think he's like, once this whole thing is done, not everybody, but most people who are involved in this are going to take a break. I think he may retire. He may like so he's going to make a lot of money from this. Like he's going to write, I don't know if he's going to write a book or like even a movie or something where like it's so intense what they're doing now that it's going to take time for them to really like take the country back to normal kind of thing. I think it's going to be maybe I don't know how much longer, but I think he's like, this whole process is going to be like very draining. It's amazing, but I think also draining because it's so much work and like it's so intense. But I think it's like his role is going to change. That's what I think. Okay, so I am going to stop here. And this was reading on Christopher Wray. Okay.